How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some seriously spooky content that's been trending on the internet this week. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more scary content. Just like this. A bone-chilling TikTok video shared by the user Dark Moose Man has stirred widespread fear as it unravels the harrowing ordeal of an overnight security guard in Mexico. The footage, captured within the confines of an old school, depicts a lone guard encountering the inexplicable in the dead of night. As the guard is working the shift all alone, he spots something deeply unsettling on the security camera feed. It's a strange-looking person trying to get in. However, when the guard went to the front entrance of the school, there was no one to be seen. All that was left were these eerie images captured by the CCTV system. Viewers have speculated that it might have been someone under the influence of drugs or alcohol, but no one can quite explain the person's long, elongated limbs. In a chilling video submitted to our Slapped Ham subreddit by a user who's since deleted their account, viewers are given a glimpse of a haunting shadowy figure lurking near the notorious Hell's Gates Railroad trestle near Lubbock Cemetery in Texas. Take a look. The footage, captured under the eerie cover of twilight, has sparked considerable intrigue and fear among paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Hell's Gates Trestle is steeped in local legend, often associated with numerous ghost stories and unexplained occurrences. The lore surrounding this area includes tales of spectral figures wandering near the tracks and sudden, unexplainable chills in the air. According to local legend, the trestle marks a kind of portal or boundary beyond which the spirits of those buried in the nearby Lubbock Cemetery are said to roam. The video adds a visual testament to these chilling stories, showing a disturbingly distinct figure that appears and vanishes without a trace. This particular video only deepens the mystique of Hell's Gate, inviting speculation and investigation into what might be one of Texas's most haunted locations. Whether it serves as a hotspot for paranormal activity or simply a place that stirs the imagination, Hell's Gates continues to be a compelling destination for those chasing the thrill of the unknown. A wild video is currently captivating Instagram users, courtesy of a user known as MindUSpace. This footage captures a breathtaking spectacle. Lightning strikes illuminating an erupting volcano nestled in Achatenango, Guatemala. Lightning bolts repeatedly pierce the volcanic plumes. Comments on the post reflect the collective astonishment at witnessing such a rare phenomenon. These awe-inspiring occurrences are termed dirty thunderstorms, owing to the collision of particles within volcanic ash clouds. Another stunning example, shared by Al Jazeera, shows a similar event unfolding in Indonesia. Volcanic lightning, triggered by moist convection currents and ice production, defies conventional thunderstorm dynamics. Unlike regular thunderstorms, volcanic lightning can occur even in the absence of ice crystals within the ash cloud. Historical accounts dating back to Pliny the Younger's description of Mount Vesuvius's eruption in 79 AD provide early observations of volcanic lightning. Luigi Palmieri furthered these investigations at Mount Vesuvius in the 19th century, noting the frequent presence of lightning during eruptions. The enduring fascination with this natural wonder continues to captivate audiences worldwide. Indeed, experiencing such a phenomenon firsthand would undoubtedly leave a lasting impression. In a curious tale that's been capturing attention across social media platforms, a video uploaded by a user named Angel has sparked intrigue and speculation. The footage, initially innocuous, shows a cat perched atop a piece of furniture in Angel's room, its gaze fixed intently on something unseen. However, there appears to be a face peering through the upper window above the door. Angel says she lives alone and was super unsettled by this incident. Many commenters urged Angel to call the police, fearing an intruder was casing the home for a robbery, or worse. But the strangeness doesn't end there. The next morning, Angel notices a strange wooden object on her front lawn. So what's to be made of this unsettling incident? Has Angel captured a burglar in action? Or perhaps it's an obsessed peeping Tom? Either way, this eerie footage is hard to forget. A series of troubling incidents at a duplex in Hudson, Wisconsin culminated in the unmasking of the alleged perpetrator as a high-ranking corporate executive. Over several nights in March 2022, residents of a duplex on Locust Street reported unsettling occurrences of someone peeping through their windows. The situation escalated when surveillance footage captured a man in dark clothing, sneaking up to a window and attempting to peer through the blinds, which were shut. The next night, following further reports of suspicious activity, a resident from the nearby area saw the same individual from the surveillance video lurking just outside the duplex. The footage, which had been circulated among the neighborhood to raise awareness, showed the man leaving the scene in a Mini Cooper. This vehicle was later found unoccupied in a nearby Wells Fargo bank parking lot. Further investigation linked the car to 49-year-old Robert T. Cecina, the then global key account vice president for 3M. When police visited Cecina's home, only a few blocks away from where the incident took place, he matched the description of the individual in the video exactly. Cecina offered an explanation of car trouble and a subsequent phone call with his 3M colleagues in Asia as reasons for his presence near the duplex. However, his alibi was contradicted by discrepancies in his account of his family's activities that evening, leading police to doubt his truthfulness. When asked by police what they did that night, Cecina said the family watched Solo together. His wife, however, said they watched Iron Man 3. Cecina's involvement led to his arrest on March 13, and he was subsequently placed on administrative leave by 3M, with his employment terminated soon after. In court, Cecina entered into a no-contest plea to amended charges of criminal trespass to a dwelling and 2 counts of disorderly conduct, downgraded from an initial felony of stalking. This plea was part of a deferred judgment agreement that might allow him to avoid conviction if he successfully completes a 3-year diversion program. So what do you think? Did Cecina get off lightly because of his 3M clout? Should he have been charged with stalking? Love to hear your thoughts on this peculiar case in the comments down below. Are orbs really spirits flittering through the air, or simply just dust particles? A simple mention of them in paranormal circles is likely to start a fierce debate. However, every so often a video comes along that shows something that doesn't quite fit into either explanation. Take this video, uploaded to our Slaptam subreddit by user infamousparsley1210, for example. It shows the view from a home security camera a little before 8 in the morning. At first, everything seems perfectly normal. However, just over 30 seconds into the clip, something quite strange happens. Take a look. The space is suddenly illuminated by a strange shape. Sometime later, a man enters the room. One keen-eyed viewer noted he seems to have heard something and come to investigate its cause. He searches the area but appears unable to find anything out of place. Suddenly, the strange shape appears yet again. The man continues searching the area for a few more seconds. However, he soon appears disinterested and leaves. Several Redditors have attempted to explain the anomaly. One suggested it might be caused by the LEDs in the room. Another thought it was the result of the sensor dying in the camera. Yet another turned to the paranormal for answers, suggesting it was a spirit attempting to manifest. This is certainly a very curious piece of footage, but what do you think it actually shows? Was the shape and sudden flash of light caused by a technical issue? Or does this video show something a little more mysterious? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. A peculiar video has emerged over on Facebook from a page dubbed OVNIs vs UFOs 2, stirring up a storm of speculation. Captured in Russia, the footage depicts a bizarre display in the night sky. A series of swift, anomalous lights streak across the night sky. Skeptics may be swift to attribute the phenomenon to mere optical illusions or perhaps a mundane light show. Conversely, believers in the extraterrestrial may see this as undeniable evidence of UFO activity gracing the Russian skies. The debate rages on, with opinions divided and no concrete conclusion in sight. This is a strange and eerie little clip uploaded by user Ramahajan41. It's after 2 AM when a security camera films an unsettling scene. Take a look. The woman appears panicked. Then a strange-looking person appears at the end of the driveway. It's clear that the woman is being followed, but by who or what? Keen-eyed viewers have noticed that the person appears to materialize out of nowhere. Admittedly, this could just be an anomaly caused by the low compression rate of the security camera, but it still leaves the all too real and distressed state of the woman. Whatever way you look at this strange footage, it's eerie. In an intriguing post on Reddit, user ZorgSM shared a captivating story that blurs the lines between memory and the supernatural. The image in question, taken with a simple toy camera that produces black and white prints, appears to show an unexpected figure. According to the poster, the photograph was snapped by their young nephew during a playful session at the poster's parents' house, where their beloved dog Toto once lived and passed away 7 years ago. Despite the time that has elapsed, the family has kept Toto close to their hearts. As they looked over the photos, to their astonishment, one print seemed to distinctly show Toto's familiar form. This mysterious occurrence has left the family puzzled and deeply moved, pondering the possibility that their cherished pet might be still lingering in their old family home. So what do you think? The side-by-side resemblance is uncanny. Has the poster's nephew really captured an image of the family dog, Toto? Let me know what you think about this one in the comments down below. In the realm of urban exploration, Adventures Jassim, better known as the Dark 79 on YouTube, has carved out a niche for himself by delving into the abandoned properties scattered throughout the Middle East, with a particular focus on Saudi Arabia. Armed only with his camera, he fearlessly navigates the eerie landscapes of forgotten structures, capturing the haunting beauty of decay.
Bismillah. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
Glancing over his channel, there are hundreds of explorations. Many of which capture some rather chilling encounters.
لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
Among his many expeditions, one video stands out for its spine-chilling content. In this particular exploration, Jassim finds himself in an old, dilapidated house. As he wanders through the desolate rooms, the atmosphere grows increasingly tense, setting the stage for a truly unsettling encounter. It's when Jassim passes by a clothes line that the inexplicable occurs. His camera catches a fleeting glimpse of a ghostly face. But when he looks again, there's no one there. As the video spreads across the internet, speculation runs rampant. Some skeptics dismiss it as a cleverly crafted prank, while others entertain the possibility of a genuine encounter with the supernatural. In the quiet streets of Tacoma, Washington, an unusual phenomenon captured on a home security camera sparked both intrigue and bewilderment among viewers. The footage, shared by Reddit user Serene Eileen Dippity over on our Slaptam subreddit in July of 2023, presents a puzzling scene that remains unexplained to this day. Take a look. The black and white video from a Ring camera mounted on the front porch of the user's mother shows an odd light emanating from a bush across the street. The light flashes brightly for a moment before completely dissipating. Notably, the footage is entirely silent, adding to the mystery as the light occurrence made no noise whatsoever, an important detail provided by the user considering the town's strict regulations against fireworks and explosives. The OP's post explains that the light couldn't have been fireworks and the video was recorded at around 3 AM in the early spring, ruling out typical celebratory causes. Furthermore, the neighbour from whose property the light seems to originate is described as reclusive, having only been seen once or twice by the user's mother, ever. This peculiar sighting has prompted numerous responses on the subreddit, with users speculating about the nature of the light, from potential reflections and electrical anomalies to more fanciful explanations involving paranormal activity. However, without further evidence or similar occurrences to compare, the source of the light remains a subject of speculation. There's very little information available on this next video. Uploaded to John Boy's Creepy Content on TikTok, it shows a group of people making their way down a dirt path, when suddenly they notice a rather eerie looking figure up ahead. As you can see, the figure appears to lift into the air. Unfortunately, this is where the video ends, and we're left to wonder what on earth the mysterious figure might have been. While this footage certainly shows a perplexing sight, it's difficult to make judgment on what's actually going on simply based on the lack of information. So, as always, we'll throw this one over to you, the viewers, for final judgment. What do you think this perplexing video is actually showing? Let me know in the comments down below. Venturing into the eerie depths of abandoned locations can unearth more than just dust-covered relics of the past, as demonstrated by a recent excursion documented on the YouTube channel Finders Beepers History Seekers.
In the middle of there.
The intrepid duo behind the lens embark on a journey to unravel the mysteries shrouding a desolate homestead with a chilling history.
This is a farm, isn't it?
Yeah.
There was a farmer, the farmer's wife, and 2 children. The farmer's wife died of cholera?
Legend has it that the once peaceful abode was marred by tragedy when a grief-stricken farmer haunted by the loss of his wife succumbed to madness in the early 1900s. His anguish drove him to a harrowing end, but his despair didn't cease there. In a heart-wrenching act, he allegedly took the lives of his 2 innocent children. As the explorers venture into the dilapidated dwelling, they encounter more than just decaying timbers and forgotten relics.
This place is, I think it's older than we think it is, this.
It could be. Could be a lot older.
What is the Mendip?
Just before they started filming for the night, the pair explain how a kitchen table began to shake, seemingly for no apparent reason.
So we were stood just here. Andy was stood there. I was stood here looking in this. And all of a sudden, this table lifted up and dropped back down again.
Wobbled like that.
Yeah, and like we have had a look at it, and it does like move that big metal thing off the end.
As they explore the house, moments of unsettling phenomena begin to punctuate their exploration, leaving them on edge.
There's another one here, so I don't know whether we should just look up this one as we're here.
What?
Can you hear a high-pitched noise? Did you hear a noise in there then?
Later, while exploring upstairs, they hear what sounds like another person walking around the house.
Right. Was there another... Oh, bloody hell. Was there another room in here?
Yeah, I think so.
Shh. Stop. Is there someone downstairs?
I don't know. On the street, is it?
Shh. No, listen. Can you hear running?
Running?
Okay. Can you like running feet?
Moments later, the strangest event of the night begins to unfold.
Where did that come from then?
A broom appears out of nowhere.
Where did that come from then?
Scrutinizing their footage reveals a perplexing sequence of events. Earlier, at around the 52-minute and 10-second mark, you can see there's no broom at the bottom of the stairs. Even earlier, at 32 minutes and 19 seconds, you can see the broom sitting on the landing.
Which... I go, I don't mind. God, that's low as well, isn't it?
The men were filming the entire time, and there's no cuts in the footage, so how does one explain the broom flying to the bottom of the stairs?
Where did that come from then?
The strange sequence of events proves too much for the intrepid explorers, and they soon leave the property.
Absolutely nowhere it could have come from. Really weird. And there's nobody in here unless somebody's hiding up in this little bit, which is all a bit odd anyway.
At the end of the episode, they recap what happened while sitting in the car.
It freaked me out when we first started because that wasn't even on camera. I really wish that had been on camera.
We were just getting prepared.
Yeah, it proper put us about. And then that, and it...
You can see just how baffled they really are.
I've looked back through the footage and I can't see that brush anywhere.
No.
So I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get why it was there, how it got down the stairs, where it was.
So was someone following them through the house? Or, given the tragic history of the property, is there something a little more mysterious at play here? Let me know what you think about this curious footage in the comments down below.
Where did that come from then?
In a spine-chilling post on Reddit by user CharacterWar2442, an image reveals a dark figure that seems to defy conventional explanation. This image, taken from the family's home security system, shows what looks to be a ghostly or shadowy figure. With one particular eerie detail, the figure's foot doesn't seem to touch the floor. The backstory provided by the poster adds layers to this ghostly encounter. The user explains that during their teenage years living in their parents' basement, both they and their younger brother experienced unexplained paranormal activities, such as the closet doors opening and closing and unsettling sounds during the night. Initially dismissed as mere house noises or the family's cat's antics, these experiences were largely ignored by their parents. However, years after the siblings moved out, their parents started noticing similar disturbances, including items moving, knocks, and even doors slamming on their own. One evening, their stepfather noticed movement on the security camera and saw this shadowy figure moving across the family room towards the garage. This occurred while he was working in the garage and the rest of the family was elsewhere in the house. This baffling image and the family's subsequent experiences have left both the family and viewers online puzzled. Could this be a lingering presence in the old home? As the family grapples with these strange events, the mystery continues to unfold, inviting speculations and theories about the true nature of the shadowy figure captured on film. In 2015, a homeowner in San Jose, California, Bikram Singh, discovered that his home had been broken into. Some valuables were stolen and the incident left a haunting impression. Detectives suggested that the family install a home security system to protect from further incidents. Then, on May 8th of that same year, the newly installed security system captured a harrowing break-in. At 10:55 a.m., two unidentified men are seen entering the property. They walk around the back and enter the home via an unlocked sliding door. After a brief search of the kitchen, they grab knives from one of the drawers. One of the men can even be seen disconnecting the phone line. Before long, the intruders hear noises coming from the upper floor of the home. They rush upstairs. The homeowner's sister-in-law, mother, and their child have barricaded themselves in the bedroom after hearing the men break into the home. The intruders begin kicking the bedroom door in, attempting to get inside. The women and child retreat further into the bathroom, once again locking the door. They shout that the police have been called, and this appears to be enough to scare the intruders away. According to police reports, one of the two suspects involved in the terrifying home invasion surrendered himself to authorities on the following Wednesday morning. Identified as a 17-year-old male, he willingly turned himself in to the San Jose police and underwent questioning by detectives before being placed in custody at the Santa Clara County Juvenile Hall. Fortunately, no injuries were reported during the ordeal. Reflecting on the traumatic experience, homeowner Bikram Singh expressed the lingering shock and distress caused by the invasion, emphasizing the need for security measures to protect against such incidents in the future. High above the bustling skies of New York City, a curious sight caught the attention of Michelle Rees, a passenger peering through her aircraft window near LaGuardia Airport. What she witnessed has sparked a whirlwind of speculation, a mysterious flying cylinder akin to a UFO gliding through the sky. Here's the footage. In a blink and you'll miss it moment, a peculiar black object whizzes by the commercial airliner. In a recent interview on News Nation's Banfield, Rees recounted her astonishment and the immediate action she took, reaching out to the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, to report the encounter. Yet her plea for clarity remained unanswered, raising concerns about potential safety implications. Joined by UFO investigator Ben Hansen on the show, Rees shared her footage, seeking insight into the inexplicable sighting.
This was incredible, honestly, because it took a while just for us to get in touch with Michelle.
Hansen's analysis debunked any notions of fabrication, affirming the authenticity of the video.
We've now started to analyze the video, find no evidence that she faked this or hoaxed it. I didn't from the beginning, but we had to run it through.
The clarity and distinctiveness of the object, he noted, defies conventional explanation.
You know, the proper, data analysis, and it's there. It's very clear.
Rees's social media post garnered further intrigue, with another passenger claimed to have witnessed the same phenomenon. The shared experience only amplified the disquiet surrounding the sighting. Enter Thomas Wertman, Ohio's Mutual UFO Network State Director, who offered his expertise on the matter. Wertman's observation of the object's proximity to the aircraft and its unconventional characteristics raises red flags. With years of skyward scrutiny under his belt, Wertman emphasized the potential hazard posed by such anomalies, calling for deeper investigation. The implications of this sighting are as vast as the cosmos itself. Could this footage unveil a genuine encounter with extraterrestrial visitors, or does it conceal a more earthly explanation, perhaps some government project? As speculation mounts, the truth remains as elusive as the object hovering over the New York skyline. So what's your take on this strange video? Love to hear your thoughts and theories on this one in the comments down below. In an emotionally charged moment that since captured the hearts of many online, a family's act of saying farewell to their departed mother has turned extraordinary. The incident, shared on Instagram by user RealGBokDeCEO in October 2023, took place during a serene lakeside ceremony intended to spread the ashes of their loved one. As depicted in the video, a family member is seen gently shaking the ashes from an urn into the lake.
That's enough. No.
Remarkably, the ashes appear to cluster on the surface of the water, forming the word love.
Look, she's saying something. Love. L-O-V-E. Oh,
The unexpected phenomenon left family and friends in attendance both astonished and comforted, interpreting it as a poignant message from the beyond. The clip quickly resonated with viewers, sparking discussions and debates about the possibilities of life after death and the connection that might linger beyond the physical world. While some skeptics may attribute the formation to currents or chance, those who witnessed the event felt a deep personal meaning in the moment.
She's saying something. Love. L-O-V-E. Oh,
So is this a simple coincidence, or could it be a genuine sign from a loved one? The answers may vary, but the emotional impact of such a moment is undeniable.
Look at her body's forming. She's saying something. Love. L-O-V-E. Oh,
This next one is some eerie dashcam footage shared by TikTok user Mythentic. Watch what happens. Out of nowhere, a person appears in the middle of the road. So where did the person come from? The vehicles up ahead don't swerve seconds prior. It's almost as if this person just materializes out of nowhere. It's this eerie detail that's led many viewers to believe that this is a ghost caught on camera. This next image, seen here uploaded to the Disbelief Paranormal official Facebook page, has been floating around the internet for some time. According to the page, it was captured at a suburban hospital in Chiang Rai in northern Thailand by a ghost hunting team. It's noted that the figures were supposedly not caused by motion blur, as there wasn't anybody in front of the camera at the time. At a quick glance, there appears to be two ghostly figures on the staircase. However, if you take a closer look, there might actually be more, several perhaps lined up behind the front too. If this photo is authentic, then it would have to be one of the best ghost photos ever captured. Unfortunately, as there's little information available on the image at this time, it will have to remain a mystery, at least for the time being. A recent post on our Slaptown community Facebook group has sent shivers down the spines of camping enthusiasts everywhere. Mike Collins, a member of our group, shared a bone-chilling image captured during a camping trip to Edinbridge in Kent, United Kingdom. According to Mike, the photo was snapped around 3 in the morning after his family was abruptly awakened by eerie noises just outside their tent. The image, taken by a family member, reveals a disturbing sight. A tall, ghastly-looking figure amidst the tree branches just above their campsite. In an attempt to shed more light on the unnerving encounter, Mike also shared an enhanced version of the photo, intensifying the brightness to offer a clearer view of the mysterious entity. The post quickly went viral, reaching over 700,000 people in just a few days, Many viewers were disturbed by the sighting, vowing never to go camping ever again. So what do you think this is? Pareidolia or something a little more sinister? A curious incident at an AT&T store in Midtown Manhattan has sparked intrigue after something strange was captured on the store's security cameras. Take a look at what the security cameras captured. Lewis recounted the incident, which took place during a busy midday, explaining that while he was busy sending texts in a manager's chat about sales updates, he noticed the remote control moving at the corner of his eye. Despite being surrounded by sales staff and customers, no one was near him at the time. The footage, which Lewis secured from the store's security system and recorded it on his phone, appears to show the remote control being pushed without any visible cause. I looked under the table real quick and then immediately told one of the sales reps what I had just seen, but they didn't believe me, Lewis said. He described the movement as if a ghost was trying to play spin the bottle with him, highlighting the unexplained nature of the motion. So what do you think's been caught on camera here? Is someone playing a prank on the manager? Love to hear your take in the comments down below. A peculiar video has surfaced over on our Slapped Ham subreddit, posted by a user under the handle Dark Jester Returns. Take a look. Out of nowhere, one of the wheelchair's front wheels begins to move, seemingly all on its own. Although the video concludes abruptly, speculation runs rampant in the comments section. Some entertain the notion of a spectral presence animating the wheelchair, adding an eerie layer to an already perplexing scene. Here's a quick and eerie little one shared over on our Slapped Ham Facebook group by user Ahmed Shah. Captured by a parent, the clip initially depicts a young boy immersed in innocent play. But soon, the footage takes a turn for the creepy.
Whoa!
Out of nowhere, the door flings open and the toy topples over.
Whoa!
Unfortunately, as is often the case with eerie little clips like this, there's almost no accompanying information, so we can't delve deeper into the incident. So is this just a prank, or are we witnessing something a little more mysterious here? Watch the clip again and make your own mind up.
Whoa!
Jason Spiegel recently posted this video clip to our Slapped Ham official community page over on Facebook. It's an excerpt taken from a security camera at his son's newly constructed home, only days after he moved in. The poster notes that the property is in a very private area that's surrounded by woods, and the nearest public road is more than 1,000 feet away. So then, what could the strange ghostly shape actually be? Let me know your take on this in the comments down below. This next one was sent to us by a viewer named JB. They captured this footage while at a family gathering after noticing something strange happening on the table. Take a look.
Oh, she's taking a shot.
The can appears to be moving, all on its own. This goes on for some time.
Ow.
While it mimics the movements of a can sitting on condensation, the long duration of movement and lack of moisture make this quite a strange sight. One of the onlookers even shows that there's no strings or wires attached to the can. So what do you think? Spooky can or not a fan? Cast your votes down below.
Wow, it's moving on its own.
TikTok is buzzing with speculation after a chilling video surfaced shared by user DGP2021. Take a look. Watching that again, the glass door opens, seemingly all on its own. Then a strange-looking apparition drifts by. The video's viral spread has ignited a fervour of theories, with many pointing to the paranormal as a likely culprit. But what do you think? Is it just a trick of the light? If so, how does the door open all on its own? Love to hear theories on this one in the comments down below. A bizarre and unsettling chain of events has unfolded in Japan, surrounding a man named Meguro who received a series of mysterious and allegedly cursed objects from an acquaintance named Nakano. What began as a request for Meguro to test and document the objects quickly turned into a chilling encounter with the supernatural. In a video documenting his experiences, Meguro sets up a camera to capture the objects overnight, expecting nothing out of the ordinary. However, as the night progresses, strange occurrences begin to unfold. One particularly eerie moment captured on film shows one of the allegedly cursed objects, a doll, sitting on a chair. But watch what happens. The footage, enough to send shivers down anyone's spine, hints at the ominous power of the objects in question. But the true horror comes to light when news breaks of a fire engulfing Nakano's apartment, the very individual who entrusted Meguro with the cursed items in the first place. Images of the charred remains serve as a sobering reminder of the potential consequences of dabbling in the supernatural. This chilling saga serves as a stark warning against the temptation to toy with forces beyond our understanding. As the footage unfolds, it becomes clear that the allure of allegedly cursed objects is not worth the risk of unleashing unforeseen horrors. So what do you think? Is this footage to be believed? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below. A chilling video has surfaced on Morgan Lambert's TikTok page, leaving viewers baffled and spooked. In the footage, Morgan recounts a perplexing encounter relayed by her husband. He claims to have seen her standing in a corner of their house. The eerie twist? Morgan insists she was on a different floor of the home at the time of recording. Take a look at this strange footage.
Babe? Yeah? What's up? Are you upstairs?
Upon closer examination of the video, a faint figure with its back to the camera looms in the corner of a room. This seems to confirm her husband's bizarre sighting. Despite hours of scrutiny, Morgan remains bewildered, unable to unravel the mystery captured on film.
Babe? Yeah? What's up? Are you upstairs? Yeah. Why?
Speculation runs rampant in the comments section, with many proposing the unsettling possibility of a doppelganger. Doppelgangers, often portrayed as eerie doubles or sinister counterparts to individuals, have long fascinated and unsettled the human imagination. The term originates from German folklore, where it refers to a ghostly duplicate of a living person. Across cultures, doppelgangers are often associated with bad omens or impending doom, serving as harbingers of misfortune or even death. In psychology, the phenomenon is sometimes explained as a psychological projection or hallucination, though encounters with doppelgangers continue to perplex and intrigue believers in the supernatural. Whether seen as a mere figment of the imagination or a sign of something more ominous, the concept of doppelgangers continues to captivate the human psyche, reminding us of the mysterious and uncanny aspects of existence. The bizarre nature of this incident leaves little room for definitive answers, leaving Morgan and her husband to grapple with the unnerving event in their home. As the online community ponders the inexplicable, one can only hope that the Lambert family can soon return to a semblance of normalcy, free from the shadows of the unknown.
Babe?
Yeah? What's up?
Are you upstairs?
Yeah? Why?
This next eerie piece of footage has been circulating heavily over on social media recently, with this version uploaded to Facebook by a page called Wealth.Greatness. The clip shows a little girl playing with some toys.
Haciendo todo. Dos cuchillos amarillos iguales.
When suddenly, something quite eerie happens.
Tengo esta tacita, rosita, y esta tacita.
The initial movement is subtle and not noticed by the girl.
Y esta tacita.
But soon, she notices what's happening.
Huevo. ¿Sí?
She runs screaming for her mum. The girl's reaction seems quite genuine, leaving commenters with two possible scenarios. One, someone's playing a prank on the young girl. Or two, we're seeing some genuine paranormal activity caught on camera.
Huevo. ¿Sí?
And now the f***ing alarm's going off.
A few weeks ago, we featured the terrifying encounter that TikToker Dustin Lee Frazier experienced while working the night shift at a local restaurant in the Appalachian Mountains of Tennessee. Here's a little refresher. While chatting to a friend on Snapchat, Dustin was locking up the restaurant for the evening.
And I don't really know why. Like, I have tried to, take medicine for it and stuff, but...
While walking through one of the back rooms, this happened.
I have tried.
A mysterious shadowy figure can be seen.
And I don't really know why. I have tried to, take medicine for it and stuff, but...
Dustin didn't hear or see anything out of the ordinary at the time of filming, and still to this day has no way of explaining this strange figure.
Dark. Come on.
Well, now, in his latest update on TikTok, Dustin Lee Frazier recounts yet another chilling encounter that's left him shaken. It's April 29, 2024, and Dustin is expecting a DoorDash delivery. He hears a knock at the door when this happens.
Okay. So currently,
You can still hear the knocking in the background. However, despite capturing the encounter on camera, Dustin remains as puzzled as his viewers.
so I ordered DoorDash, and I heard it knock.
So what's really going on in the Appalachian Mountains? Could this truly be evidence of a supernatural presence? Or is there a more rational explanation behind Dustin's unsettling experience?
So currently, so I ordered DoorDash.
In this creepy footage captured on the phone of Redditor Domi Racer, we see something rather creepy playing out at 2 AM. Take a look. The eerie incident occurred in a store named Bradley's Lock and Key in Savannah, Georgia. As the camera focuses on the door at the rear of the store, it slowly moves. A few seconds later, a mysterious light can be seen to the right of the door. The strange activity continues for some time. A few more seconds pass and another strange light appears. The door remains still, then violently opens. According to the poster, this was enough to make them drop their phone while screaming like a 5-year-old. Savannah, Georgia, often referred to as America's most haunted city, is steeped in eerie tales and ghost stories that reflect its deep historical roots. Founded in 1733, Savannah witnessed wars, epidemics, fires, and countless tragedies, all of which have contributed to its haunted reputation. One of the most famous haunted sites in Savannah is the Moon River Brewing Company, housed in the city's oldest hotel building. Patrons and staff frequently report encounters with apparitions, sudden changes in temperature, and unexplained sounds. The upper floors are so notorious for paranormal activity that they're often inaccessible to the public. Another iconic haunted location is the Mercer Williams house, made famous by the book and movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Just behind its elegant facade lies a tale steeped in mystery and tragedy. It was within these walls that Jim Williams, a prominent antiques dealer, resided until his life met a grim end under suspicious circumstances. Rumours swirled about the mansion, whispers of hauntings and restless spirits gracing its halls. Visitors recount chilling encounters from inexplicable cold spots to spectral apparitions wandering the grand rooms. Danny Hansford, the assistant and lover of Jim Williams, was found dead in the Mercer Williams house on May 2, 1981. The circumstances surrounding his death are murky and have been the subject of much speculation and controversy. According to Jim Williams' account, he shot Hansford in self-defense during a heated argument. Williams claimed that Hansford was prone to violent outbursts and had threatened him with a gun, leading to a struggle that ended in tragedy. However, others have raised doubts about Williams' version of events, suggesting that the shooting may have been premeditated or motivated by other factors. The case went to trial 4 times, with Williams ultimately being acquitted of murder charges in 1989. Despite the legal proceedings, the true nature of Danny Hansford's death remains uncertain, and the Mercer Williams house continues to be haunted by the spectre of the tragic event. These stories and locations are just a sampling of what makes Savannah a favoured destination for those interested in the paranormal. It seems that Bradley's Lock and Key, the building seen in this video, can now be added to the ever-growing list of places that are said to be haunted in this historic southern city. In a perplexing image shared by Steve O'Holland over on the Facebook page Disbelief Paranormal Official, a seemingly ordinary photo captures an extraordinary detail. The photograph features Steve-O and his wife smiling beside their cat. But it's the background that draws eerie attention. Visible in the glass of a door to their right is the distinct reflection of a man's face. Steve-O's adamant that the reflection couldn't simply be dismissed. He notes that directly opposite the two doors is merely a wall under the stairs, eliminating the possibility of a normal reflection. Adding to the mystery, Steve-O mentions that the face in the reflection bears a striking resemblance to his father, who had just recently passed away. This detail lends a personal and potentially supernatural element to the image, suggesting the possibility of a visitation or acknowledgement from the beyond. Skeptics might attribute the image to tricks of light or optical illusions, yet for Steve-O and his wife, the photograph seems to hold a deeper, possibly spiritual significance. While it appears there is indeed a face reflecting off the glass, at this stage no one has a definitive answer as to who or what it is. In a chilling revelation captured on a TikTok video by user Haley.Moore, the sanctity of a young girl's bedroom is shattered by an inexplicable occurrence. The footage, recorded on an indoor home security camera, unveils a seemingly innocent scene. The child, well past her bedtime, is engrossed in play.
Sure, I'll play with you.
But the tranquility swiftly transforms into terror. As the clock strikes 11, the child's playful antics take a sinister turn. Watch what happens. Watching that again, something seems to light up under the bed. Then the girl appears to be forcibly grabbed. Eventually, her mother comes running into the room.
Let's go.
Naturally, this clip went viral, with viewers demanding to know more. In an update video, the young girl's mother addresses some questions.
People have been asking me, have you been in the room? Have you guys looked under the bed? No, we haven't. We haven't been in the room in the last 2 days. We've been a little scared.
Eventually, she films under the bed.
Oh my god.
A discarded doll appears to move all by itself. Adding to the macabre mystery, the homeowner's unsettling testimony hints at a history steeped in the supernatural. Previous occupants have whispered tales of a haunting, attributing the house's eerie ambience to its proximity to an ancient cemetery.
People that have lived here have had some ghostly encounters. I learned that it was built near, not on, but near a cemetery.
Speculation swirls. Was the girl ensnared by the spectral remnants of a restless soul? Or is there a less creepy way of explaining these unsettling events? Whatever the truth, the harrowing ordeal serves as a grim reminder of every parent's deepest fear, the vulnerability of their child in the face of the unknown.
Oh my God.
A TikTok video capturing a bizarre sequence of events in a Florida backyard has ignited fervent debates and conspiracy theories about time travel. The video, posted by Alex Charles, shows a man entering a shed on his Airbnb property and seemingly disappearing, only to have an older man emerge days later, sparking claims of a real time traveler caught on camera.
Then the next day, this guy leaves the shed, looks right at the camera like he knows, and he looks noticeably older.
The footage shows a younger man trespassing into the backyard, entering a shed, and never exiting, at least not on camera.
So as you can see, he's wandering around my backyard. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's like thinking like where to go, and he actually ends up going into my shed. So you can see he opens it, goes into the shed. So I'm fast forwarding the time so you can see there's no movement. He never leaves the shed.
Charles, who resides 5 hours away from the property, informs the police.
So I end up calling the police. You can see in the last one, the police coming through the front yard, and then here's the police coming into the backyard, and you can see they literally go inside.
But they reportedly find no evidence of the man inside of the shed.
They come out and he's not there. And I've been watching this backdoor camera the whole entire time, and he never left.
The plot thickens days later when Charles posts a second video showing an older man emerging from the same shed.
And he looks right at the camera too. That guy left my shed.
He suggests that this could be the same person, only significantly aged, hinting at potential time travel.
He noticeably aged. Looks like the same guy, but aged. So him again, and now him. Same facial features, whiter hair. He literally left the same shed. You saw the camera I put before. There was no movement that whole night. Then the next day, this guy leaves the shed, looks right at the camera like he knows, and he looks noticeably older.
TikToker Matty Ice Rants, who initially mocked the story, soon finds himself deeply engrossed.
When I first saw this video, I thought it was just fake. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was some sort of skit. So much so that I stitched it with like a silly little I'm a time traveler thing. But I'm convinced that it's the same guy because they have the same walk, the same mannerisms, the same facial structure. I don't know, I think it's pretty close.
A reverse image search of the older man that exited the shed leads to the discovery of one Stephen A. Miller, a deceased Harvard graduate who resembles the individual in the video and was known for his interest in time travel theories.
I'm gonna need to know everything about Stephen A. Miller.
A quick Google of Stephen A. Miller reveals dozens of Quora posts asking about time travel and its feasibility.
Who's got a Quora profile asking questions about time travel?
According to an online obituary, Miller died in July of 2018. But if you follow the rabbit hole deeper, you can find a post over on Facebook by a man named Dominique Ragu. Dominique wishes farewell to his dear departed friend, Stephen A. Miller. Strangely though, the post is dated July 20th, 2017, exactly a year before Stephen reportedly died.
But this one is dated 2017, saying that he died in 2018.
Further digging reveals that Miller had lived not far from the shed in Florida and had delved into metaphysical theories, including consciousness transference, which he discusses on his old website.
But the shed is located in Florida somewhere. I'm not gonna dox the guy. But, Steve also has a previous address of Sarasota, Florida.
This background, combined with his academic credentials, fuels credibility to the time travel speculations swirling online. Adding to the intrigue, some commenters noted a resemblance between the older man that exits the shed and author Stephen King, tying the events to King's 2022 novel Fairy Tale, which involves a portal in a shed leading to another dimension.
My problem, and I'm sure many writers have it, not just newbies like me, is deciding where to start. My first thought was with the shed.
This parallel has led some to speculate whether the entire incident is an elaborate promotional stunt for King's book. As the story gains traction, even making it onto TMZ, the discussions continue to be a hot topic.
And I don't quite understand it. No, I don't believe there's a time travel portal in his shed, but I can't figure out what happened here.
However, the narrative abruptly shifts yet again when Matty Ice, previously a proponent of the time travel theory, suddenly dismisses the entire affair as likely just a mundane drug deal.
I'm no longer convinced that this is a case of time traveler caught on tape, as I am that this is a case of Florida man caught doing what we call a dead drop.
This sudden change in tone prompts further conspiracy theories amongst his followers, with some suggesting that Matty's been coerced into discrediting his own findings, possibly under government pressure. One commenter even said, "Blink twice if you need help."
And it is interesting that on his Quora profile, one of his followers is a CIA operative.
Amidst these wild theories and speculations, the truth remains elusive. Was this a simple case of mistaken identity, a drug deal, a clever viral hoax, or could it indeed be a genuine instance of time travel?
Leaves my shed. And he looks right at the camera too. That guy left my shed.
As the debate rages on, the line between reality and fiction continues to blur, leaving more questions than answers in this curious viral mystery.
So when the police came in here, they went right here. They looked around, they didn't see anything. There's nowhere else that he could have gone. He came from this way, right here. So he walked around the side here, went to the shed there, and then the guy left coming out of here that way.
A peculiar video surfaced on Instagram recently, courtesy of the account The Confessionals Podcast. The footage, captured in India, shows a truly bizarre scene. Something odd can be seen in the sky. The video has sparked a fervent discussion, with viewers speculating on the nature of the strange phenomenon. Many are drawn to its uniqueness, a departure from the typical fare of purported UFO sightings circulating online. As the debate rages on, one question looms large. Does this footage offer genuine evidence of extraterrestrial activity, or are we just seeing some classic CGI trickery? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below.
Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you can't get enough of what we do here at Slapped Ham, then consider following these two links right there. Leave us some feedback in the comments section down below. Smash that thumbs up button. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time. Peace.